Hello and welcome to the Legacy of the Chosen channel. Join us on this journey of light. Follow the channel and transform your life. Now, let's get started. Have you ever noticed that the closer you get to God, the more your mind seems to fight against you? Right after a sincere prayer, right after a moment when your soul feels truly connected, suddenly doubts, fears, and distractions appear. In this video, I will reveal why this happens, how to protect your spiritual energy, and the keys to remain strong in God's presence, even when everything around you seems to try to pull you off your path. And here's the truth, you don't even want it, yet you feel that sudden urge, an intense sexual desire, a fire in your body that takes you by surprise. Listen carefully. This is not just hormones. It's not simply about your past, and it's not all in your head. This is something much deeper. It is ancient. It is a spiritual trap, carefully designed with one clear target, the divine purpose you carry. The enemy doesn't waste time on those who are already far from the path. He is not concerned with people who pose no threat. He comes after the chosen ones, those with light in their eyes and fire in their spirit. If he can manipulate your thoughts, little by little, he tries to silence the power inside of you. This is not an ordinary temptation. It is a battle happening in the invisible realm, and its goal is clear: to interrupt what God himself is building within you. You were called to break chains, to bring freedom to others. That's why the attack comes, trying to chain you again. You were born to walk in purity and purpose, but the enemy offers poison wrapped in the illusion of pleasure. But today your eyes will open, and when you finally see what's truly behind this battle, something inside you will never be the same again. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you see this fight forever. Have you ever wondered why this temptation feels tailor-made for you? As if it knows exactly where to strike? That's because it does. The enemy does not shoot in the dark. He observes, he studies, he knows your story, your family line, your emotional triggers. He knows the weight of the calling you carry. He knows that if you truly awaken, hell loses ground. You were not born to fit in. You carry something divine that vibrates differently. That's why everything affects you more intensely. That's why your battles feel heavier. That's why the fire falls on you again and again. You are not just anyone. You are a threat. And the enemy knows it. He doesn't just want your body. He wants your clarity, your spiritual vision. Because if he can confuse your focus, he delays your destiny. And here's what few dare to say: this temptation you feel was crafted with precision, because the greater your calling, the stronger the battle for your soul. It works like a spiritual algorithm, designed to exploit every wound, every moment of loneliness, every hidden vulnerability in your soul. And let me make this clear, it is not because you are weak, it is because you are dangerous. Your purity is not just a choice. It is a signal from heaven. When you live in purity, your connection with God becomes sharper. You walk with boldness. You speak with impact. You shift the atmosphere wherever you go. But when you fall into something hidden, something secret, your frequency becomes clouded. You begin to doubt yourself. You delay decisions. You confuse guilt with condemnation. And suddenly, the fire that once moved you begins to fade. A distracted chosen one is a delayed chosen one. And this is the great trap. The attack doesn't look like a battle. It disguises itself as pleasure, as relief. But behind it lies a plan. A spiritual plan with one purpose: to disconnect you from the fire that lives within you. This is not just a phase. This is not something everyone goes through. This is war, and the battlefield is inside of you. Breaking free is not easy because these chains are not made of flesh alone. They are forged in the spirit. But now clarity is coming. Now you begin to see that what once looked like weakness was, in reality, a distraction carefully designed to delay you. And the question remains, what comes after this? because in the next few minutes you are going to discover something far more important than the temptation itself. You will understand what awakens it and why it grows stronger right when you're about to break through. Stay with me, because the true enemy is about to be revealed. Let's go deeper now, because what I have to share with you is something few are able to truly comprehend. Here's the truth. Sexual desire itself is not the villain of this story. In fact, this desire was placed inside you by something far greater, by God. It is like a sacred flame, a divine gift meant for connection, true intimacy, and the creation of life. When lived at the right time, with awareness and within a covenant, this desire becomes powerful, beautiful, almost divine. The problem begins when this sacred flame, meant to burn on the altar of purity, is lit in the wrong place, in secrecy, in isolation, in fantasy, in impatience. When that happens, instead of warming, it wounds. Instead of blessing, it burns. Desire, at its core, is a door, and every door leads somewhere. It can guide you into something sacred that aligns you with purpose, presence, and divine connection. Or it can drag you into a dark space where shame and emptiness repeat in silent, exhausting cycles. And here's the serious truth. The enemy doesn't even need to expose you in order to defeat you. All he needs is to keep you trapped in the hidden cycles of distraction. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you openly. All he needs is to touch the secret areas of your life. Every time you give in to that solitary impulse, every click that seems harmless, every thought you feed in silence, it's not just a moment of weakness, it's an opening. You end up activating something that goes beyond the physical. It is spiritual. And when your mind drifts, even for a few minutes, you allow a strange energy to settle into your thoughts, into your emotions, even into your dreams. That's why after a moment of pleasure, there comes that strange emptiness, as if you've lost something valuable, as if you've disconnected from who you really are. It's not just a release of pleasure, it's an exchange. You give away something sacred, something priceless, and in return, you receive a relief that fades, quickly leaving behind only the weight. That's the trap. You promise yourself it was the last time, but next time, the desire comes back more twisted, the thoughts more confused, the guilt heavier, and then, little by little, the question starts to whisper inside, will I ever be free? Let me tell you a truth almost no one dares to say. You are not broken. You are in battle. And this battle is not against your desire. It is for your desire. Because when this desire is cleansed, healed, and redirected, it becomes a powerful force in the hands of God. Imagine a version of yourself with the same intensity you carry now, but fully aligned, unshaken, guided by a clear purpose, without guilt, without fear. That version already exists in the heart of God, but you will have to fight for it. Now think with me. What if the area that looks like your greatest weakness is actually your spiritual training ground? What if the very thing that oppresses you today will transform into healing? Not only for you, but for many others through you. So stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share is something few people truly understand. Why do the attacks get stronger right before your next level? Why isn't the enemy so worried about your past? Because what truly terrifies him is your future. Haven't you noticed? It seems like everything gets harder the moment you decide to get closer to God. It's as if the very instant you say, this time it's real, the world conspires to pull you back. You decide to fast, and suddenly the oldest desires return. You receive a deep revelation, and right after that comes a strong, almost irresistible temptation. You pray with all your faith, declaring that this time is different, and immediately the battlefield intensifies. When everything suddenly seems to fall apart, it's not coincidence, it's spiritual resistance. The enemy doesn't move when you're standing still. He waits for the moment you rise because he knows heaven is moving on your behalf. That's why temptation and distractions hit hardest, right before your breakthrough. Old memories resurface, unexpected urges return, confusion grows. But this is not failure. It's a sign you are closer than ever to what God prepared for you. The truth is, the enemy isn't afraid of your past. He fears your future. Because when you cross this threshold, you won't just walk in freedom, you will become an instrument to set others free. So the question is, will you fall for the trap again, or step into the destiny heaven has written for you? That pressure you feel is not weakness, it's proof of your calling. The enemy wouldn't waste time on someone without purpose. The temptations and battles you face don't mean you failed. They mean you've been noticed, you've been marked, chosen, and the spiritual realm already knows what you carry inside. Every whisper telling you that you're broken is a lie. This fight doesn't define you, it reveals you. It reveals that you hold something the enemy fears. Every chain trying to hold you is a sign that your breakthrough is near. The darkness attacks because it fears the roar within you when you reclaim your voice. You are not weak, you are sacred. You are not failing, you are growing. Every fall, every struggle is proof that the enemy is losing. Fasting and aligning with God amplify your spirit and break chains that desire alone cannot. Isolation feeds the enemy, but bringing your pain to the light weakens his power. Temptation doesn't disqualify you, it reveals that you are chosen. Shame does not heal desire, truth does. Declare with faith, I am a new creation set apart by God. Say it out loud, grace found me, mercy has sustained me, and I am still standing. You are not weak, you are not defined by your past. The Spirit that raised Jesus lives in you, and with that power, you don't just survive, you transform the battlefield. Every struggle, every temptation, every fall proves something sacred lives within you. You are chosen, you are set apart, you are dangerous to hell. Chains fall, cycles break, and you walk with... You are not weak, you are not bound by your past, you are not a victim of your mistakes. The same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead lives inside you right now. And if that power is in you, then you don't just survive attacks, you transform the battlefield. You reclaim what was lost. You break patterns that have existed for generations. You spread freedom wherever you go, because when a chosen one awakens, hell panics. But here is the ultimate truth. A revelation that ignites the warrior within, the part of you you may not have even known existed. Listen closely. This war you are facing was never meant to destroy you. It came to shape you. Every fall, every temptation, every night you cried, thinking you were unworthy, was proof that something sacred lives within you. You are pursued because you are set apart. You are a target because you are dangerous to hell. You are attacked because your calling shakes the spiritual realm. Now, your eyes are open. This has never been just about desires. It's always been about your legacy. Never just a fight against temptation. It's about your destiny. You are not dirty. You are not unworthy. You are not disqualified. You are sacred soil, territory of heaven, and hell knows it. But what hell did not expect is that you would rise, that you would awaken in the midst of the storm, that you would choose to fight not with the flesh, but with the Spirit. And when that decision is made, chains fall, cycles break, and you begin to walk with unshakable authority. This battle is not your end, it is the beginning of your transformation. Now you understand, you were never weak. You were always chosen, and what tried to destroy you will become the fuel that propels you toward your purpose. So lift your head, sharpen your sword, stand firm in the truth. Walk as the warrior you were born to be. This struggle is not your defeat. It is the proclamation of who you are. Do this for your soul. Write in the comments with conviction, "My soul is not for sale." Say it with faith. Say it with courage. Say it as if all of hell is listening, because it is. And if this touched your heart, share it, like it, send it to every chosen one you know. The war is real, but so is your victory. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your awakening. This is your ascension. Now go and make hell regret the day it dared to challenge you. You are not being attacked because you are losing. You are being attacked because you are about to release a downpour of power.